So these are little secrets that not a lot of people talk about. See, so many people are quick to point out how trash the offers are, because, you know, it's not paying $1 per mile. It might be paying 90 cents a mile or a little bit under that. It might be going to a place where there's a ton of traffic. So, you know, you got like a 20-minute pickup to go like a mile or two. So people will point out that the offers are trash because, you know, it's not paying what it used to. People will point out that, you know, Uber and Lyft suck. All of these apps suck because they're just we're all just slaves because we have to work more hours to make the same money. Although, you know, in retrospect, there was a lot of bonuses and stuff that were given out over the last couple years. A lot of free money that was given out that these apps are no longer given out. But, you know, people will point out that the offers suck. You got to work longer to make the same money. You're just a slave because, you know, you drive for these apps and they don't really give us anything back. People point out that, you know, you don't have any benefits, although you're an independent contractor. Doesn't matter whether you were a plumber, electrician, a truck driver. Any independent contractor doesn't have benefits. But everybody likes to point out the negative side of being an Uber driver, the negative side of doing, you know, taking rides. Sure, I also did it too. I was recently deactivated. If you haven't watched that video, I may link it over here or something like that, the little black bar. But yeah, I was deactivated too because, you know, obviously the apps don't care about me as a talking head. And I mean, really, you shouldn't care about me either. I'm just a talking head. Who am I? I'm just a regular person that's, you know, signed up for the platforms and I go online. But who am I? My name is Nick. And I am the local South Florida Uber driver. I'm local just because you never really know where I'm going to be in the next couple days, months, years. But of course, I primarily work the South Florida market. And in today's video, I'm just going over some simple hacks that anybody can do that will change your career. Don't listen to the naysayers. That is what my channel is all about. So thank you for stopping by. Don't listen to the naysayers and that everything sucks and it's all bad over here, because it's not all bad. Listen, I have people right now in the Telegram group that are having $300, $400, $500 days. That's not coincidence. And we're in one of the worst markets in the United States. It's not a coincidence. Now, I'm nobody special, but if you join the Telegram group, there's a lot of special people in there. Just hit the link in the description. Okay, so I know you're probably like, is he ever going to tell me the hacks? I know that's why you came, so I just wanted to make sure that you knew who I was and, you know, what we're about. So the first and foremost hack that I could give you is really simple. A lot of new drivers don't know this. They don't understand this. It's actually very simple. So if you're a driver and you're picking up people and you have them in your back seat, you want to have a phone out. Very simple. Having the phone in your hand, while it may be kind of convenient, maybe you know how to drive like that, you're comfortable like that, is a safety hazard. Obviously, it's against the law, you know, in certain states. Here in the state of Florida, the whole texting law that can technically be seen as texting. You know, so you got to be careful with that. But let's just overall say it's against the law. Most likely, if a police officer sees you with your phone in your hand, again, if they feel like giving a ticket, they're going to give you a ticket. So it's a dangerous situation. And two, if you have one hand occupied by the phone, then, you know, again, I work the South Florida market, but obviously I work Miami, and we have crazy drivers. So you can't press the horn. Your maneuverability is lessened. You want to have like some type of mount. Okay, you want to have some type of mount. And then it makes the customers back there feel better because the phone's not in your hand, and you're not. I mean, yeah, there's some customers that's watching your eyes, but for the most part, they don't feel like you're glued into your phone. They may feel like you're actually paying attention to the road, like you're supposed to be. So it just helps. It just helps. It's a common sense thing that a lot of people don't do. So if you're doing it, then you're kind of ahead of the game. The second hack that you could use as an Uber driver, again, very simple stuff. This isn't gonna blow your mind, but it's very simple. So as you may know, there are 3 different map, well, really 4 different map providers, but really 3. We're gonna say there's Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze, and yeah, that's all I can think of right now. And then of course, Uber has their version and Lyft has their version, which technically use Google Maps, but yeah, we're just gonna say there's technically 3. And my personal recommendation is that you use Waze as your go-to map software. The reason is because, at least if you, again, I'm gonna reference South Florida, so if you're in Ohio or Timbuktu, don't come for me. Down here, traffic is the biggest thing that we have. The biggest thing that we have to worry about. And being able to either see the traffic ahead of time or just outright avoid it entirely by knowing, back roads and going different ways and going different routes is essential. Because if you're trying to go down Biscayne at 5 p.m. in a day, let's just say you're gonna be stuck. If you're trying to go through Brickell, you're gonna be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to go through, I don't know, I can't even think of any other streets, but you're trying to go through 2nd Ave, Wynwood, when, it's 5 o'clock, you're gonna be stuck. You gotta be able to see the traffic ahead of you. It's a big recommendation. You should be able to see the traffic. You should be able to see your directions ahead of time before you get to the street. This is something that a lot of drivers just don't do. You want to prepare yourself before you actually get to the road. So like, if I'm driving, let's say, again, I'm just gonna name those same streets. If I know that I'm gonna make a right turn on Biscayne, I can prepare myself ahead of time instead of trying to fight over through the traffic at the last minute. Or, I might be able to pay attention to the drivers and see who I could cut off. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, I'm a Miami driver. But the point is, you can prepare yourself, and preparation is the biggest thing that you got to do as a driver. You want to be prepared up front, because if you're prepared, then you can slow down. If you're prepared, then you're not like just braking all hard and stuff, and you're not like super like on the gas because you already know what you're doing. Preparation makes things easier. So that's the second hack. The first one was have a phone mount. You need a phone mount. A phone mount is amazing. The second one is use Waze. Specifically Waze, because it shows you traffic alerts. And of course, it tells you where the speed camera is. And the third hack that I'm going to reference today is very simple. Again, when your passengers, so say you're picking up passengers that have luggage. Now, I know, I get it. It's very true that you could just sit in the car, pop your trunk, and just be like, whatever. But this is why it's a hack. If you get out the car and you put their luggage inside the car, you make them feel like they're a premium customer. I get it. Again, I know that everybody's like, but they're not paying for it, and it's a $3 ride, and I get all of that. But if you get out and you get their luggage, and you put their luggage inside the car, you tell them, hey, look, I got your luggage. It's okay. Go ahead and sit in the AC. Especially, because I live in South Florida and it's hot. So a lot of times I'm picking up people and the sun's beaming. Hey, look, I got your luggage. I'll take care of your luggage. Go ahead and sit in the AC. It makes them feel better, you know, especially women. Look, women, they don't get the chance to scratch up your car because you know that that's what they're going to do, because they like to just kind of roll the luggage all over you, all over the back thing. So it's giving you a chance to protect your vehicle. It makes them feel better because they're like, oh shoot, he's taking a step above. It sets you apart from other drivers, because 99% of drivers just sit in the car, pop the trunk. Hey, the trunk's open. Go ahead, take care of it. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, if it's a guy, you know, you kind of, you know, it is what it is. But definitely for women, you want to get out and get the luggage. It just makes them feel better. It makes, obviously, you seem chivalrous. And ultimately, we're talking about hacks, because hacks get you tipped. It makes people feel better. And if they feel better, if they feel like you did something different than other people, obviously they may tip you. Again, none of this stuff is guaranteed, but you can get extra money, you know? Okay, so, and this last one is kind of like a bonus tip. It's fairly easy. It's nothing super hard or super difficult. But what it is all you do. So if you are, obviously you're in the driver's seat, but all you do is before the passenger gets in the car, because especially if you're doing Uber X, Comfort, really if you're doing Comfort and Premier type rides, most of the time it's only going to be one person, or it might be two people. So that means that they're going to be sitting in the back seat. What I do is I pull up the passenger seat, I pull it up, and I pull it all the way to as far as it can go towards the dashboard. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create the illusion of space in that back seat. Why? Because when people get in the car, it feels more spacious. It feels like they can stretch out. You know, I have people that cross their legs while they're sitting back there. I have people that, you know, stretch their legs out. Then obviously I have taller people that get back there. So I want them to feel kind of sort of comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I pull the chair all the way up. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it, but that's what I do. Now, does it give me tips? Absolutely. Because people feel better when they're comfortable. Now, I can leave the chair all the way back and have them scrunched up back there, but obviously then I got to worry about their knees and hitting the car and all of that stuff, hitting the back seat and all of that stuff. So I pull the chair up. So that is the last hack. So if this video makes sense, you know, just to kind of wrap it up, these 4 hacks are super simple. It's nothing special, but these 4 hacks are things that you can do right now that'll double your income. You can do right now that'll help you get more tips. You can do right now that other drivers are not doing. Other drivers don't care to do. So these are 4 hacks that can set you apart and make you just a little bit different than other drivers. And passengers recognize it. You know, you would be amazed at how many times I get a $20 tip, a $50 tip, a $30 tip. You know, sometimes on the app, sometimes they just give me cash, because they recognize that you're just a little bit different than everybody else. And that's what matters. That's what matters. So with that being said, I am out of here. I've kind of made this video a little bit longer than I want to, because I just started rambling. So, but yeah, try them out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But yeah, with that being said, deuces.